If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button and of course subscribe to the channel for more daily content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new predictions video, and it is of course time for Futmas. Should we get this on Friday? These are some of the cards I think you might be looking at and or for. Kicking things off with Kenny Lala, a player that I think, was it FIFA 19? He had a lot of special items. He played really well. I think it's probably the best season he's ever had, because since then he's just sort of slipped away. But EA may look to rekindle some of those cards. He might get a flashback later on in the year, of course. Phillips is a player definitely worth a mention. Leeds doing relatively well in the league. They are a very difficult team to beat. I did toy with the idea of Rodrigo, as I am going to tap into a lot of the quote-unquote meta OP players here. But Phillips sprung to mind first. Greenwood of Manchester United. He's actually one of 3 Man United players that I'm going to mention today. Not because I'm a Man United fan, because I am not. However, EA will include one, because that's what EA do. Greenwood is my first guess, I guess. Not that I think he's going to get it. I think it's more likely to be someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm sure Man United fans wouldn't be pleased to see him smiling right now after the mistake that he made yesterday. However, this would be a very good card in FIFA. I would be a huge fan of this. I'm sure most people, like myself, would probably use him as a centre-back. But very, very good card. And that's one of the things I'm trying to do here, trying to capture those OP players. Braithwaite of Barcelona could easily have got himself a team of the group stage card, believe it or not. I think it was mainly for like one performance, but still, he could have been in there. They've not included him, so why not put him into Futmas? Another player that regularly pops up during promos, and I think during this promo actually, is Mbabu. He, of course, has an okay card this year. He's been used an awful lot in the managerial masterpiece because he's low rated. Why not boost it up a little bit and make him usable in division rivals and FUT champs? Great pace, very good physical, decent defending, relatively low rated, not bad. Mendy of Chelsea, again, could easily be in team of the group stage, as could any Chelsea player, but EA, for some reason, forgot that Chelsea existed. I'm not sure what they've done there, but we need goalkeepers, right? And Mendy is a decent shout for that. Very nice upgrade on him. Moving over to Barcelona, or I should say back to Barcelona. Not for the last time. There is one more Barcelona player to mention. Dest up first, though. He, in my opinion, should be left alone until future stars. But, I mean, I say that, but he already plays for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Is he already a star? I'll let you be the decider. I fell over my words. Pope. He's been on your screen for a little while. You kind of knew this was coming. I am going for those sort of overpowered players that people tend to use game in, game out. So let's give them upgrades, make him look a little bit prettier. Pope would strike fear into many striker, I'm sure. Let's move on to another player who would strike fear into some strikers, and that is Mendy. Was it last year he got one? I think he did, and I think it was 85 rated as well. They may have even done some sort of weird upgrade thing where you had an 83 and it went to an 85. I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, definitely a player worth mentioning in contention, as is VINÍCIUS Jr., because they've already given a... What card was it? They gave a rule breaker to Rodrigo, his teammate, on the right side. So why not give one to VINÍCIUS for Futmas? Same kind of colour cards? I don't know. Thought process there. Martial, up next, another Man United player. My final one, I'm happy to report, of this video. But again, one of those cards that I think would work really well. His base card is still got a little bit of a price tag on it. And I think that this could be a very good player in game. And EA are going to look to tap into that sort of overpowered meta type player. That's where I've gone with Gelson Martins as well. A 5-star skiller. Links to Ronaldo, links to Mbappe, links to Neymar, if you can get that link in there. I'm not sure how you do that. Maybe you have to play one of them off chem. However, he links to a lot of people. He has 5-star skills. He has 98 pace. Who wouldn't want this even on the bench? That would be insane. Alan Saint Maximin. This guy has an inform. His base card is still used in FUT champs even now. Why not give him a Futmas card? I'd be very happy with that. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be very expensive. Will he get it? Probably not. However, I would not be opposed. They could even make it a striker. Let's go back to Barcelona for the final... No, I'm lying. It's not the final time. I've included 4 Barcelona players in this because there's one immediately after Coutinho as well. I need my head tested. But Coutinho, again, a very good player to choose. 5-star skills once more. Speaking of 5-star skills, Dembele has 5-star, 5-star. This guy would be absolutely incredible. They could make him a right wing. They could make him a left wing. They could put him as a centre-back. I don't care. People would still want to pick him up. Would you really want him as if he was a centre-back? I probably wouldn't. However, would be a very expensive card, highly sought after, much like this next guy, Adama Traore. I mean, I'm going to throw a pretty substantial claim out there and say that this is a guarantee. Or, I've said it. I think Adama Traore is going to get a Futmas card. If they do Futmas cards. I'm just putting it out there. I just think it's all but a shoo-in. DYBALA would be a player that I would welcome personally. Links my Messi to my Ronaldo. Not that I actually need that link, but I wouldn't say no. His base card is actually very good anyway, but it needs a little bit more. It's starting to sort of fall behind slightly of some of these cards that are coming out. So give him a Futmas card. Why not? Let's go back to the Premier League with a left-back, Reguilon. Great pace, decent defending, good dribbling. I mean, it's not a terrible card. Would you be over the moon if you packed it? I don't think so, not unless you're a Spurs fan. But still, definitely a card I could see being put in there. Why not? Give us another Premier League fullback. Let's move on to Rafael Varane. Of course, it does link to your MENDY. I'm sure most people run that combination. But giving him a Futmas card would make people go out and spend big because they want that +1 upgrade. I wouldn't personally. I run the UCL Varane and I don't think I would care about the upgrade. But hey, some people would. Richarlison has been a player on the tip of many predictors' tongues for quite a while. He could have been given a few cards throughout the year so far, you know, like rule breakers and things like that. Was overshadowed and overlooked. Maybe now he could feature as a Futmas card. And finally, the last player to mention, yeah, Neymar. I know. Why not? I mean, he hasn't been playing an awful lot of football. When he has played this year, he's had flashes of brilliance, but then not enough to give himself an inform. Maybe he could have had one once, I think, this year. Hasn't really been given the chance in any other promo, so why not give him a Futmas card? Just +1, you know, like a little inform boost. That would be kind of cool. Something that's popped up in the last, I don't know, 12 hours or so is this screen right here, the freeze screen. Now, is this real? I don't think so. So, this was posted on Twitter by someone, and then Matt HD Gamer nabbed it and posted it up. But either way, this is something that would interest me greatly if they followed the lines of FIFA Mobile, because this is essentially ripped from FIFA Mobile. So FIFA Mobile have a freeze promo every year. They don't do Futmas, they have what's called freeze. And they introduce players from certain birthdays and players who haven't been introduced into the game as a special item yet. And there's a bunch of mini games and packs and things on offer. It would be amazing if EA just did freeze rather than Futmas. And I think to be a little bit more politically correct, there is a very strong chance they may go with freeze this year as opposed to Futmas. Another reason why they didn't do Halloween, in my opinion, is because they wanted to stay away from what was a major holiday, and they've just called it Rule Breakers, which is kind of on the same lines, and people still call them Halloween cards, but they're not really. So we could end up seeing a freeze promo. I would imagine today we would get a new screen. If we see that freeze screen today, expect another video from me tomorrow, because I have a very strong idea of what we can expect player-wise. But that's going to do it for my Futmas predictions. If they carry on with Futmas, I would expect at least 2 or 3 of those players right there, maybe more. In fact, I expect a large selection of them to get those cards. That's why I put them in there in the first place. But Adama Traore almost has to be a shoo-in. Gelson Martins being another one I feel very strongly about. But that's going to do it for today. If you have enjoyed today's video and you agree or disagree with any of those players, feel free to let me know. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.